know why? Why data engineering is more in demand in comparison to the data scientist and data analyst? Anyone know? Any idea? Any answer? Yeah, data is a fuel, man. Good. Muhammad is smile. Data is a fuel. You can unmute yourself, guys. I'm again telling you. This is the interactive session.
Data is because data is like a fuel in this era, and
Mhm.
many business companies and IT companies want to collect data and work on data uh, to predict something
Good,
and
good.
future prediction
Yeah,
for best
yeah.
experience or giving best to the vendors, customers, and their clients.
Good, good. So whenever we heard this prediction, getting insights or whatever, these terms, first let me clear something. What is a data engineering? To get the data from somewhere, from its a raw format, pre-process it and cleaned it, and then prepared it according to the use for the last layer or the last business client. This is the main work of the data engineers. What is the work of data analyst then? Once the data engineers cleared or remove all the ambiguity from your raw data, data analysts will sit on the top of the data engineering and they will create some charts, some dynamic dashboards over the Power BI, Tableau, and everything. Now, how that if someone is on not mute, please go on mute. Zivran Ahmed.
Sir, yeah, sir, sorry for interrupting. Sir, can you please repeat what the roles of data engineer is? Because sir, I lost the audio at that point in time. If you could please
Wish.
repeat.
What's the role of? Yeah. So the role
Yeah,
of the
of a
data.
data engineer.
Yeah, yeah. Wait. The role of a data engineer to get the data from whatever the source. We are the first man, or we are the first. You can say that at a border man, we have to pull the data from its source on whatever, on whichever the format it is. Then we have to pre-process the data. We have to remove the ambiguities. We have to clean the data, and then after we have to again load the data into the particular location. Why we are loading the data again? Because when we are loading the data into the pure form, into the golden layer, from there our data analyst as well as our data scientist would pick that cleaned data, and then they will provide whatever the algorithm. They will create a charts, they will do some regression, they will do some clustering, whatever. But without a data engineer, they are nothing. Mark my word, guys, without a data engineer they are nothing. Okay. From Ashish Ranjan to everyone not streaming on YouTube. Yeah, Ashish, what's the issue?
No, no, I'll check it. I'll check it.
Okay.
Please
Okay.
continue.
Yeah, okay. Okay, so this is our main roles, like data engineers, data analyst, and data scientist. Now you can guys understand why the data engineers are why data engineers role are very more in the market. Because due to our functionality, because due to our work. And IvyProSchool, and we are offering you whatever the modules and whatever the, we are starting it a from a very basics. If you don't know anything, I am ready to train you. If you don't know anything, if you don't know what is the big data, I am ready to train you. We are ready to train you. So now I'm going to share my screen, and now we are going to let you know, guys, how our this bootcamp will be today's aligned towards the fourth section. I'm aligning it towards the fourth section. I will give you some short glimpse over how our industry works, how TCS works, how Infosys work, how in Wipro works, and if you are a fresher, how you can go in this big data industry. You know the data is a fuel. You know the data scientist is a kind of a fascinating what's, yes, but you at least know the basics of the big data. You at least know what are the components of the big data to get a huge hike and to get a good job option. Okay, any questions, folks?
No, sir.
Okay,
No,
I
Ashish.
okay. So I hope you guys are now understood what is the data engineering, data science, and data analyst. Okay.
Sir, I have a doubt, sir. I mean, the data analyst, even the data analyst even they pull the data and they clean the data, right? So then even they perform the same task of a data engineer.
The most of the function of the data analyst, you can analyze the data. You want to get some insights from the data, but we as a data engineers, we are not going to focus upon the analysis part. Our main agenda is to create a data pipelines. Our main agenda is to create a cloud data pipelines. Our main agenda to create a cron based pipelines, so that we can pull the data, do some transformation and load it to the somewhere. But data analyst, you guys may be pulling the data from somewhere, but the main agenda of your position is to showcase get some insights from that particular data.
Yes, sir. Okay. Yeah, I just lost the connection, sir. Can you please repeat? I'm so sorry, sir. I actually lost the connection. I have back again
Zibran,
now.
like
Yes.
Zibran, this is my
Yeah.
humble request to
Yeah.
you,
Sure. Sure. Sure.
because
Yeah.
see, we have only 1 hour
Only an
session.
hour. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fine. Fine. Fine.
I can
Yes. Sir.
connect with you if you have a more doubts.
Yeah. Cool. Cool.
This is my humble
Yeah.
request to you.
Yeah. Yeah. Sure.
We
Sure. I'm
can
sorry about
connect.
that. Yeah. I
Okay.
understand. I understand, sir.
I
Yeah.
will definitely and repeat everything for you on the personal window, but for here we have a 30 folks,
Yeah.
and
Definitely, sir. I'm sorry.
and
Sorry
we
about that.
have to respect everyone's time.
Yes, sir. Sorry about that.
Yeah, good. And again, I'm telling you, I'm not a sir. Okay. So guys, our today's bootcamp having a 4 section. Okay. The very basics. And after this course, or like after this is like IvyProSchool course or whatever the modules we have for the data engineers, we also offer a placement assistance. We have a SQL course also, we have a Python course also, and then we have this data engineering course. So the first module is big data terminologies and Hadoop framework. The second one is Spark framework. The third one is cloud data, or we can say, I will prefer here Azure Cloud. And in the last, we have a Q&A session. Okay, guys. So this is our bootcamp agendas today. So now, if I will tell you, if I will ask you anyone know what is the exact definition of big data? Who is working in the industry also can answer me. Who is working in the corporate sectors?
Big data involves processing a huge amount of data. What it actually does is that they actually a large number of small units are being used in order to process the data and to collect the data, to accumulate the data. A large number of small units are used instead of which saves the cost as well, and the processing time is because the parallel processing takes place. Processing time is also saved here.
Okay. Anyone else? I'm just asking what is the big data? What is the meaning of this big data?
Uh,
That's what I'm telling you.
Large
Huge amount of
data,
data.
large data set.
Good, good.
I'll say Ashish,
Huge amount of data.
Good, good.
big datas are something which are very too large and they are complex, by which we cannot process that data with normal applications.
Okay, okay. Anyone else? Okay. So you like you all answered this, and more or less the answers are correct. Okay. We have a several examples. We have a several answer regarding this. What is the big data and all? Okay. But we have a IBM definitions followed only. We only follows the IBM definitions for the big data. Why? 3 V's of the big data. And if any category of data which fulfill these 3 conditions, it would be termed as a big data. What are the 3 V's of the big data? I know you guys know. Tell me.
Velocity, veracity,
No, no.
variety.
Volume,
Volume,
variety,
velocity.
variety, And last one,
Veracity.
velocity. Now, fourth one is the veracity. Then someone say value. I know that. But for the basic or for the basic understanding, wherever a data or in wherever system, it is on the cloud, it is on the in-house infrastructure, wherever these three terminologies, like they have cleared these three segments, like if the volume of the data is a very huge, if the variety of the data is a very we can say the very cardinal, or we can say that different types of the files, CSV file, dat file, man file, JSON files, video files, we have so many kinds of different files. Velocity of the data, it means in a single second you are getting a thousands of requests for the particular web application, for the Facebook, for the anywhere. So wherever these three properties fulfilled, those data is called a big data. This is the most basic definition given by the IBM. And if you'll give this basic definition to your interviewer, he will be more happy than you. Okay. The definition of big data is clear. Yes or no, guys?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. Good. Now, what is the requirement of the big data? Why we data engineers required in the market? Why companies are paying us this kind of a huge amount? If we are a 2 year of experience, if anyone is a 2 year of experience and know the data engineering end to end, why companies are giving you plus 20 plus LPA? Why they are not giving to the anyone else, like someone who is new in the market? But if you know the data engineering end to end, you know how to create a data pipelines, if you know everything, then they will ready to give you 20 plus. How? Why? So how this data engineer, how this big data comes in the market? What is our purpose? What we can do here? So this is the point. The three things every data engineer has to do or has to maintain is store the data. Second one, process the data and scale the system. Okay, so what are the three things that every data engineer is responsible for throughout his journey of his career? A data engineer is mainly only responsible for these three things: store, process, and scale the system. Up to here, clear, guys?
So what is the meaning of a scale the system
Scale the system means
in the
like
field of data?
in the field of it, I will explain you. Like suppose that you have a one database system, okay, or suppose that you have a one database whose capacity is a 1 terabyte. Okay, now if tomorrow or like big billion days Amazon Prime Day sale, have you ever heard have you ever think how Amazon handled this much bandwidth? How they scale their system? They have only 1 terabyte. Suppose that they have a bandwidth for the 1 lakh users, but at the Prime Day sale or at the big billion day sale, there are 30,000 or 1 lakh users are hitting their websites. How they can manage it? Or their database, how they can manage it? So we as a data engineer must have to know how to scale our system. It means how to scale up our system. Scale up means if you have a 1 terabyte of database, how we can scale up into the real time scenario. If the request comes after the 1 terabyte, we can scale up our system. And there are the two things: horizontal scaling and the vertical scaling. So we have to manage this also.
Sir, I'm sorry for interrupting you. Sir, does standard scaler and normalizing, does it come here? Sir, standard scaler, does it come here?
This is the
Does it apply here?
scaling. No. Scaling. I am telling you the scaling policy. Scaling means
Okay.
scaling the system. Okay.
Okay.
Horizontal scaling means scaling your previous database, adding more space there. Vertical scaling means you can adding the new system. Okay. So we have to, okay, go on mute. We have to basically work upon these three areas: store, process, and scale the system. Okay. So suppose that we have to store the system. Okay. Now, if I will tell you, if I will tell you, if I will have a one big database, okay, if I have a one big database of 1 terabyte of size, okay, And if I have a 10 database of 10 databases, or we can say that 2 databases or 3 databases, anything. Sorry guys, but this is my way of teaching. Like I'm every time using pictorial representation for teaching my students. Okay, so now tell me, if we have 1 terabyte of system and we have a small number of database system, which one you can prefer to store your data?
One by one.
A small system.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Mohammed Ismail.
Yes, sir.
Anyone
Sure.
else? Anyone else?
We can go for distributed manner,
This one.
like
Small.
distributing the data among all the storage systems.
So you want to refer me this one, small. This is the distributed manner, Southerly.
I mean, like of similar sizes, like in a parallel way.
Yes, yes, I understand. Yeah, this one only. So anyone let me know why you are not going to use a huge database?
Because any damage in database,
Mhm.
what, so lots of data are gone. But
Good.
in distributed manners, so
Mhm.
lots of data will preserve, and also their backups also preserve.
Good. So here we have a distributed system. Okay. So now to achieve these 3 functionality for the data engineers, Hadoop comes in the market. Hadoop comes under the Apache Software Foundation. What is the Hadoop? You guys have anywhere who is in the corporate or who anyone have heard this name Hadoop? What is the Hadoop?
Yeah, it's a tool actually, which is used for handling the large amount of like such as big data. If you see,
Good. It's not a tool, but yeah, you are on a right track. Anyone
uh,
else?
like a framework maybe.
Yeah, it's a framework. Now you are on right track. Yeah. Anyone else? Hadoop.
Yeah, like Hadoop ecosystem means within which many applications are coming,
Good. Yes.
like Spark,
Hmm.
PySpark. So these are
No.
the applications come.
Yes. So Hadoop comes with the feature, like Hadoop comes in the market and it says, okay, data engineers, I'm going to solve your problems. Then why? How? Then Hadoop is a framework which is used for the dealing all the data engineering work or functionalities we have to do. How? For the storing of the data, it will provide us a distributed storage, which is called, anyone earlier heard this name?
Hadoop distributed file system.
Good. For the processing of the data, it will gives us the new thing. Oh, sorry. Okay. So for the storing of the data, it will give us the Hadoop distributed file system. And for the processing of that data, it will give us the MapReduce processing engine. And it is a totally a distributed system. So it is automatically scaled up and scaled down according to your cluster size. Okay, guys. Now, anyone knows what is the HDFS properly? Anyone? How the actual data it will store? Anyone?
It's actually a I mean, a storage file system wherein it propagates in a way, like in a distributed manner. The data is stored in that.
Okay.
So fault tolerance, it has good performance. Like say all of these features.
Okay. Good. Anyone else? Like we have some more folks here, but I don't know why you guys are not like integrating with me. Whatever the knowledge you have, just showcase here, or whatever you know. If you want have any doubt, just go with the flow. I don't remember the names. Anyone else know what is the HDFS?
This is Hadoop distributed file system.
Yeah, good. Hadoop distributed file system. After that, okay. Okay, no issue. No issue, guys. No issue. If you don't know, no issue. Okay. So, according to my experience, or according to my corporate experience, I will tell you the most of the giant companies who is in the market like TCS, Infosys, Wipro, Accenture, Cognizant, they all are still working on these technologies, Hadoop framework, because their diamond clients are still on the legacy system. Okay, they have some kind of the diamond clients. They some diamond clients gave them some service kind of projects, and these big MNCs are still working on these things. Okay, so the HDFS, how it will store the data? Have you ever how it will store the huge amount of data? Okay, so I'm using this space and I'm just giving a short glimpse because I have to discuss so many things with you guys. Just a short glimpse how the actual data is stored, so that if anyone can ask you, hey, you attended your boot camp, hey, you how much you know about the big data, at least you guys, you can at least you can answer them, yeah, I attended the Ashish boot camp and I know these answers. How the actual in the real time scenario in the big industries are holding their data. Sorry guys, I'm not good at drawing also. Okay, so what is this? This is your data node. Data node. This is also your data node 2. This is also your data node 3. And this is your master node. Okay, master node. So see guys, this is a very important. Most of the companies are still using the HDFS as a distributed file system storage. Why? Because whenever you are storing your data, huge data into the particular system, it is not a good practice, so that you every time you have to use your data into the distributed manner. Why? Because it's a fault tolerant, it's a scalable, and you can easily bandwidth is a very low. So these are the different advantages. Whenever the scaling whenever the requirement comes, the different data node will be automatically launched according to our cluster size. Now, how the actual data is stored? See here. This is the architecture of your HDFS. This is the data nodes. If someone will say, or if your interviewer will ask you, hey, if you have a what is the node of the cluster? In my previous company, the cluster size in which I have worked, they have a 310 data nodes, 310 data nodes, and 2 master nodes only. So where the actual data resides, anyone know? In data node or in the master node?
The actual data is being stored in the data node, but the master node stores like a metadata of the whole data nodes.
Good, good. Anyone else? Okay. So data node stores your actual data into the file manner wise. What is the file manner wise? If anyone will work upon the Linux system, if you guys know this kind of data, this kind of paths, yes or no? Data, apps, HNG, then
Yes,
G.
sir.
Yes or no? You guys know? So in this
Yes, sir.
so this is the hierarchical directory manner. In your data nodes, you will store your actual data. So whenever you will going to work upon the giant projects like TCS, Infosys, HCL, Wipro, or wherever the company, whichever the company, they will store their data in this manner only. They will store the actual data into the data nodes, and the metadata about the data is stored here into the master node. And these all data nodes giving the signals to your master node for the interval of every 3 seconds. Okay, interval of every 3 seconds. Now tell me, suppose that how your master will know that your data node 3 will be died. If suppose that the data node 3 is unable to hold the data and it will be died, how your master will know?
It sends it works like a heartbeat process, like
Yeah,
it puts a
yeah,
signal every 3
yeah,
seconds so that it checks whether
yes,
that particular data node is working or not.
yes, good. So your heartbeat or every data node will send some signals to your master node. Okay, so this way you can store your data. And if your 10 continuous signals are missed, it means master node will understand that this data node is totally died, and master node will launch a new data node, and it will copy all the data from here to here. So this way there will be no data loss. Yes or no, guys? Up to here clear? What is the how the big data industry works? Wherever they are storing their data, what is a data node, what is a master node? Yes or no, guys?
Yes.
Yeah. And one more thing, guys, like suppose that if I will tell you, this is the one file, this is the one file, guys, please try to give a little effort. Suppose that this is a file, and this file size is 500 MB. Now anyone can tell me how this 500 MB will going to stored here? I think only some folks are only speaking, so please go on mute, and I'm going to ask someone. So let's make it little bit in like interactive session. Who is this? Saurabh Patnaik. Yeah, bro. You can tell me how this 500 MB will be stored here in the HDFS system? No offense, bro. Tell me anything you are thinking in your mind. Am I audible to you, Saurabh? I think is just. And the second one is Deepika Tiwari. Hello. Okay, no issue. Okay, anyone then can answer it? How we can store this data?
Yes, sir.
Distributed
HDFS
manner.
divides.
Yes.
In distributed manner.
And distributor, who is she? Like
Shravani.
Shravani. Yeah, Shravani, go ahead.
In a distributed manner, like
Yeah,
it divides into small chunks
good,
and
good.
then store it.
Yeah, good. So we have to follow the distributed manner. So how we can divide this data? So we can divide this data into the smaller blocks, so that we can place those blocks into these data nodes. Okay. So how we can divide this whole file into the smaller blocks? We can divide it with the, because the basic block size in Hadoop is Hadoop 2 is 128 MB. Okay, so the basic block size is 128 MB. So whenever we have a block, it means the maximum capacity of that block is a 128 MB. So we divide this whole file through the 128 MB, then we have a 4 blocks. And how we can place them? First block, second block, third block, and fourth block, because we have only 3 node cluster. Okay, and for the replication factor, your Hadoop will also replicate these 4 blocks again according to the permutation and the combination logic, so that there will be no data loss. Okay, so from this manner, from this way, you can store your data. Up to here clear, guys? Okay, and then after we have a MapReduce processing engine. So MapReduce is nothing, you guys, I know you guys are it's a kind of thing like how main programming, how we can do a programming, because earlier time we have to write a map code, we have to write a reducer code, then we have to write a main code, main Java class, and it's a very tedious thing. Nowadays you just have to know the basics of the MapReduce. That's all. No one is going to ask in the very deep, because they even don't know, because even your interviewer don't know how to write the MapReduce logic. Okay, because see, in the market there are so many new stuffs are coming, so you are not have to like understand everything regarding the MapReduce, but you at least know how the MapReduce will work. Okay, so what is the MapReduce? If supposed, what is the MapReduce? If someone will ask you what is the MapReduce, anyone, go ahead. Okay,
It performs filtering and like shuffle and sort type.
Yeah, good, good. Because we store the data, but what is the use of only storing the data? It's not a good practice. We just have to store the data and that's it. No, we at least have to transform the data. We have to get something like whatever the business requirement. So we have to process the data. Yes or no, guys? So
Yes.
for that we have a distributed programming or distributed programming paradigm, or we can say that a template, sorry, which is called a MapReduce. So MapReduce is nothing but a programming paradigm which is used for the processing the data which is stores in HDFS. Okay. So now what is the MapReduce in a very simple, in the layman words, in the very basic word. In your history books in the class 10th, how many of class 8, 9, I don't know. How many of you uh, like remember this term in your history books?
Yeah, divide and conquer.
Like Britishers come, lab, dividing, then conquer.
Even algorithm.
Yeah, yeah. So this is your main important algorithm say or formula say for your Hadoop MapReduce processing engine. How your MapReduce process the data. This is the main thing. They will first divide the data and then they can only match the similar kind of data. So this is called the MapReduce engine. Okay, I will just showcase you a very small example I have prepared for you guys. Okay, my screen is visible to you guys, like this notepad file.
Yes, Ashish.
Okay, give me 1 second. Okay, so now suppose that we have to find out the how many LinkedIn views that Ashish is getting. Okay, or Rishabh, my friend, is getting, or someone Mayur is getting, or Saud Ali is getting, or Sarvani is getting LinkedIn views. If I will tell you to find the LinkedIn views, how this MapReduce will find it? Now I have written it here. Suppose that Rishabh saw Ashish profile. Okay, one, Rishabh saw Ashish profile. Second saw Ashish profile. Two, second saw Ashish profile. Afan saw Ashish profile. Three, Afan, Ashish. Ashish saw Rishabh. Then again this way. Okay. So in the MapReduce, we have a two thing: mapper, shuffling, and the reducer part. Basically two things: mapping and mapper and reducer. Okay. So the very first thing, who the distinct value for the Ashish is Rishabh. It means it will give it as a one number. Then again Ashish, another unique value, Ashish one more. Ashish, Afan, Ashish once again. Rishabh. Now this time Rishabh. Ashish saw the Rishabh profile. Rishabh 1. Rishabh 1. So now here mapping means we are one more thing, guys. In the deep, whenever we have our modules or whenever we are giving our IvyProSchool modules, these all terminologies and sections are very huge for the understanding. I'm just giving you the glance of it. Mapper only works upon the key value pair. So this is your keys and this is your values. Okay. Then after it will go to the shuffling stage. Shuffling means what? What is the meaning of shuffling? Anyone?
Aggregating.
No. Shuffling. Shuffling means movement. Okay. And mark my word, guys, in the data industry, the movement of the data is a very bad practice. If you move your data, it means you are not a good data engineer. You cannot move your data. Data locality principle is a very unique, very important. Okay. But mapping and reducing, that's why no one is using these days. Mapper will send this its output to the reducer, but in between shuffling happens, transfer of the data, and Ashish 111 three times, Rishabh two times, and then in the final aggregation happen in the reducer phase. Ashish 2, Rishabh 2. It means, oh sorry, Ashish 3 and the Rishabh 2. It means three people saw the Ashish profile and two people saw the Rishabh profile. This is the main logic behind your mapping and reducing. So now you guys are clear with it or not? How your mapping and reducing are process your data? Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the just a short glimpse. I'm again because we have some certain. Give me 1 second, guys. We have some certain modules where we have, this is our second module where we have to learn the map reduction a little bit a very deep manner, then big data also in a deep manner, because we trained our students in a way IvyProSchool, so that whenever we also have a placement assistant, so whenever you will encounter any interview, like suppose if I'm an interviewer, I'm a 7 year of experience guy, if I'm going to interview you, I know what are the questions you are going to expect from your interviewer. So we trained our folks in this way only. Okay, so this is all about your mapping and reducing. So now storage of the data is clear, processing of the data is clear. One more thing I am not discussing in a very huge, but one more thing, yarn. What is a yarn? Comes in the market. Yarn means yet another resource negotiator. So this your whole Hadoop, MapReduce, engine, everything is working according to your particular cluster. What is this cluster? Cluster is nothing but a compute power through which you can run your HDFS, through which you can run your MapReduce. For the resource allocation, this yarn is used. Okay, so to work with the HDFS and the MapReduce in a proper way, we have a yarn. Yarn is nothing but a resource allocator for all our resources. Okay, so okay, one more thing, MapReduce codes are a little bit hectic for the users, for us, like or whatever the data engineers, because for the normal word count problem, you have to write a 90 lines of the code, 90 lines of the code in a Java, which is a very hectic. Okay, we have our data into the HDFS. So what is the main use of MapReduce? To fetch the data, to get some insights. Okay, so like Yahoo is a company now, Yahoo, I think. Yeah, Yahoo saw this problem, and I think Yahoo or Facebook saw this problem, and they thought like, why we have to write this much huge code to just fetch the data which is stored into the HDFS. It's not possible, man. So what we can do, they have created one more tool which is called Hive. And I'm telling you only a single line about this. If you know this now properly, Hive, if you know this in a properly Hive, you can challenge the cloud data engineer guys, because they also using this Hive for the data warehousing concepts and all. Okay, so Hive is nothing but it is a data warehouse tool. Now what it will do, it will kind of skip this map reduce phase, and it will directly fetch the data from the HDFS in the form of a table. How you can fetch it? By writing a SQL query, which is it can easy your task. Hive. Okay, it also have a very big huge and big module in our whole data engineering course, so I'm not going to discuss it in a very huge manner, or a very lengthy manner. Okay, then we also have a Sqoop. This all are the Hadoop framework tools. Sqoop, we have a Sqoop. In our module, we have a Hive, we have a Sqoop. This is used for the transferring the data from the SQL servers like RDBMS, SQL, Oracle, Teradata to your Hadoop framework, in which in means HDFS, inside your HDFS. Okay, guys. And then we have a HBase, which is a kind of a non-relational columnar database. We also include this in our course curriculum. And then we have a big daddy of this time market, which captures the 95% of the market of the big data. And I know you all know its name, Spark, PySpark, Scala, Spark. You heard this all name. So these all frameworks we are going to discuss in our modules. We have discussed like, because see, we have to train the folks, or we have to train you in a manner like, suppose that someone is going for the interview of a TCS, but the same time or the meantime someone is going for the interview of the Expedia group or the JP Morgan and the Chase or the Morgan Stanley or anywhere. So anyhow you are going to encounter the questions on the Hive, Sqoop and Spark only as a big data engineer, and they have a lot of vacancy to fulfill, and even they do not have a good engineers in their buckets. Okay, so this is our data engineering module, and SQL is Python is also integrated with this data engineering module, like another trainers are going to give you, but in my data engineering this all are covered. So this is all about your first section, which is big data terminologies and the Hadoop framework. Okay, anyone have any question guys regarding module, regarding what is this, any confusion?
Does Spark contain like what actually does Spark contain? I mean, it is a
Yeah,
processing tool, but
yeah,
what
I'm coming,
functionalities does it have?
I'm coming to the, like, this is my second module, no? Spark framework. I'm coming to that topic. Up to here, any doubt guys?
No, sir.
So can we go ahead?
Yes.
Okay, so now the question is, what is the Spark, sir? Why we are using the Spark? Why all the industries buzz around the Spark? Why everyone need an engineer who know the Spark, who know the PySpark, who know the Scala with Spark? Why? Why everyone wants this kind of engineers only?
Python friendly.
Wow,
Hi.
Python friend. Good, good. PySpark, Python friendly. Good. Next one. I will tell you just a one very simple thing regarding your Spark. What is a Spark? Okay. Spark is a general purpose. General purpose means it will plug and play. Plug and play. Like suppose in earlier days you have a video game, you will like plug the cassettes there and then play. Same thing. Spark is a processing engine wherever, in whichever the distributed file system, either on the AWS S3, either with the Azure blob or either with the HDFS, you can plug it. Okay. Then now we have, earlier we have a three thing. For storing we have a HDFS. For the processing of the data we have a MR, MapReduce, and for the cluster management we have a YAR. So anyone can tell, any one of you can tell me, so which one going to replace it? Spark will replace this HDFS, Spark will replace this MR, or Spark will replace this YAR?
MR, sir.
MR. Good. Who is this? Mohammed Ismail. Good one.
Mayur.
Yeah, good one, bro. Like how? Because see, MapReduce is a very, very, very slow processing engine. Why? Because every time whenever MapReduce read any operation, that every time it has to write it into the disk. If it have a 10 of the rigorous process to process the data, it will, for the every one turn, it will read it, write it, read it, write it, read it, write it, read it, write it, for the 10 rigorous times. So there will be 10 into 2, 20 times read and write operation. Okay, but what about the Spark? Spark is an in-memory compute engine. In-memory means, now you can ask me, in memory. The very layman words I am explaining you. If I will tell you, Saud, Zibran, Muhammad Ismail, Mayur Kode, any one of folks. If I will tell you, I have to run one application, okay, in your mobile phone, where it will run faster? If I will store it in your RAM or ROM?
RAM.
RAM.
RAM. RAM.
RAM. RAM.
RAM. You all know RAM?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is a
Yes.
faster kind of thing. You all
Yes.
know hard drive, you all know SSDs. SSDs are more faster than HDDs. In our
Yes.
new computers have SSDs. Same difference here. No high terminology,
Yes, sir.
no fascinating terminology. Just understand it. In Spark will store your results. Spark will store your intermediate results in RAM, but your MapReduce will store your intermediate results, cache and persist into the disk, which is a ROM, kind of a ROM, which is a slow. RAM is a very faster. We Spark will give us the very high functionality. It will store your data into the distributed manner into the RAM, and the basic data structure is called the RDD, resilient distributed storage. Okay, distributed data set. Okay, guys. So this is your RDD, resilient distributed data set. So Spark will give you, Spark will give, why Spark? Because see, this is the very important question. Every time your interviewer will ask you, what is the difference between Hadoop framework and the Spark framework? Why everyone is using this one? So you have to tell them, sir, for the each and every read and write operation, there will be two operation which will take more time, and Spark will store the data or intermediary results into the in memory. In memory means a RAM kind of thing. Okay, where it has some partition, and the collection of this distributed partition is called the RDD. So it will store the data into the RDD, which is a very faster. And mark my word, guys, Spark is 100 times faster than MR. That's why it is the big daddy of this market. Okay, so that's why we are using it in our module. How we can learn Spark? You can ask me like how you can learn Spark, sir. Like how you can learn, Ashish, how we can learn. So we learn the Spark. We have a module where we first let you know, understand what is the exactly Spark, what is the backend system of a Spark, how the Spark works. Then we will give you the basic idea about the Spark by giving you the Databricks community edition. Databricks is nothing. It's a kind of a community edition which gives you the platform from where you can run your Spark notebooks. Okay, so we in our module, in our course, we have a different codes, different commands, and different programs, so that we can prepare you in a proper manner, so that you can tell yourself as a we also know the Spark. I'm giving you the very small code for your Spark. So see how many lines of code is required here for the reading a data from a file and counting the how many times it is coming. This is just a word count problem. My screen is visible to you guys? Anyone please confirm?
Yes.
Yes.
So basically, how many lines it is required here? One line, two line, three line, four line. And if I want to write the answer here, the four line is more than enough. And this is your fifth line. But I don't require it. But yeah, no issue. Fourth, one, two, three, fourth line or fifth line. Okay. In MapReduce, how many lines of code required for the word count problem? I told you
90.
90, 90. And what about the PySpark guys? Now you can see the differences. See the difference. This is the 4 year of experience guy. Interviewer will even I asked the same question to the Spark engineers, and most of the guys don't know how to write the basic Spark question. So I'm again and again telling you, we work upon the from basics to intermediate then advanced. I am not here to teach you in a manner like, oh, we are going to give you fascinating words like, oh, I'm going to prepare you a data scientist, oh yeah, blah blah. No, from basic to intermediate, then intermediate to advanced, so that you can a totally a transparent engineer towards the market, and you can get a best hike in the market and best job placement in the market. We prepare our folks in that manner only. So here you can see just a 4 or 5 lines of code will work in a Spark. So which one you can prefer, Sarvani or Saudi?
Definitely Spark.
Spark.
Obviously, Spark.
Obviously Spark. Yeah, that's why it is a buzz in the market. That's why. Okay. So in our module, we have like a 25 to 30 class total hours of total Spark duration is a 40 hours, where we can like write near about 20 to 25 programs in the PySpark for our folks. Yes, some of our folks are placed in the L&T and all. Some of the working in the big MNCs like HCL, Wipro, Accenture, blah, blah, blah. So this is the beauty of your Spark. Okay. So now again comes to the module. This is our second module. First module in our big data, we have learned big data terminology, Hadoop, all the tools of Hadoop. Then we can go to the data warehousing concepts also. Then we can go to the Spark framework. It is near about 2 months program. Then the third point is our cloud. Now again I'm telling you, you know the Spark, you are at 20 LPA plus people in the market. But if you know this both, then what happened with you? If you know the Spark and as well as if you know the Azure Cloud or any cloud. Anyone know what is the ideal salary of a data engineer 2 in Amazon?
50 lakh per annum.
Yes, in the JP Morgan and in the Goldman Sachs. Tower
I
research.
think so.
Anyone
Between 50 to 60.
Anyone heard the name Tower Research?
No, sir.
The best and the best engineering position, data engineering position, which lies in our market is a high frequency trading companies. High frequency trading companies. Okay. Tower Research and like your Zerodha.
What about Expedia?
Expedia is also, this is a fintech company. I'm asking you the high frequency trading company. Tower is one of my friend is working in a Tower Research. He's a data engineer. He's earning 1 crore, more than 1 crore. But how? He knows this also, he knows this also, he knows this also, and he know everything about the data engineering end to end. So if you know the Spark, if you know the cloud, and if you have the basic idea, you are the 20 plus LPA people in the market, but you must have to end knowledge. Okay, I'm not going to tell you like you will get a 1 crore rupees. No, I'm telling you where the best mind of a data engineer, where the best talent of this Indian data engineers are lies. They are lies in the high frequency trading companies, because their data is changed within a millisecond. Within a millisecond, stocks data is changing. That's why they have those kind of companies giving them us more perks and all. Even in the global banking project, JPMC, Morgan Stanley consultancy, McKinsey, PwC, here you can also find a more than average package. And if you know the legacy system only, you can go for the TCS, Infosys, SCL, Wipro, whatever in your mind. But once like completed all the modules, this is the whole integrated, I think 6 months of program for us in IvyProSchool we are offering. First month is for the SQL, second month is for the Python, and the last 4 months is with me only, end-to-end data engineering. The third module is the Azure Cloud. So now you can ask me, Ashish, what you are going to teach us, what you are going to train us on this topic, why the cloud is required. The only one thing I am wanting to
Deploying.
yeah, but I am only one thing to tell you one thing. I want to give it a very basic example. Okay. Bahubali, everyone saw the movie Bahubali, yes or no?
Yeah, yes, sir.
And everyone, like who is here? Saudali, you, Sarvani,
Yes.
Mayur,
Yes.
Yes.
Malya, yes. Okay, I have to ask you guys. Okay, Okay, everyone saw these films. Have you ever heard like how SS Rajamouli got this much RAM to process their VFX, to store their data, to do this kind of stuff? How many RAM he required? What is the RAM size actually required? Anyone?
No idea. Could
No
be
idea.
more.
Okay, okay. No
They
idea.
purchase cloud service,
Yes, good.
maybe.
Yes, good answer. Cloud gives you everything, whole IT infrastructure on a rent, rent basis only. That's why it is the that's what is very, very in the buzz in the market. You want to use a particular service, rent it for 2 hours, do your work, again terminate it. This is the beauty of your cloud. And one more thing, your cloud have a capability to provide you whole IT infrastructure. Whole means whole. There is nothing which is not inside your cloud. Why I am like, because see, I am learning cloud when I was in my third year of my campus place, in my campus. I did my graduation from the SRM University, Chennai. At that time, one of my elder brother told me at the 2014 or 15, yeah, 2013. He told me, Ashish, started learning cloud. That time it's a kind of very, very small buzz. I started learning deeply, deeply, deeply. Nowadays, I have this much of a zeal towards the cloud. You can do, mark my words, guys, you can do any services. You can do front end, you can do back end, you can do Java development, you can do CI/CD deployment, you can do data engineering, you can do everything with the help of your renting your infrastructure with the help of the cloud. Here, we are going to learn the Azure Cloud, which is the Microsoft offering, because the giant companies are mainly towards the Azure. We also have AWS, but personally in my modules, I'm going to teach you Azure. So what are the things we are going to teach you? How to create a data pipelines, how to do the Azure Databricks, how to process your data into the real-time scenario, how to do the streaming pipeline, how to process the streaming data, real-time data with the help of the streaming pipelines, and how to store your active directories, how to store your key vaults and lab. There are total of 2 modules where we have to do this Azure Cloud and all. And after this, we have a one more session, one more module for the scheduling management. Whenever in the industry you will create a pipeline, or whenever in the industry you will create or any kind of thing for data engineering stuff, you have to schedule it. So for that also you need some tool which is a Airflow. I hope you guys have heard this name, Airflow.
Yes.
Yes, we also have this here.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes, yes.
Airflow, Snackflow.
Yeah. Yes, sir. We also have a. Who is this sir one, by the way? Smile.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Yes, smile.
Can you repeat, sir, please?
Yes, smile. You have to tell me Ashish only. No, sir. Okay.
Okay, sir. Sorry,
Okay.
Ashish.
Okay. Ashish. Yes. Go ahead, Ashish. Brother, bro,
Got
whatever
it.
you want to. Okay.
Okay.
I look like uncle to you. Okay. Okay. So we have a cloud modules also here. So in this whole integrated program, you can learn end-to-end legacy system to the advanced system, as well as the cloud with your whatever the scheduling management system. This is the whole my 4 months program which I designed for my folks, which I gave to my earlier folks. Some of folks are placed in the L&T, some are placed in the Accenture. Very genuine. No one placed yet up to the product base or any big banking, or we can say the mini kind of the product base. But yes, they got a huge hike after our courses from end to end. Okay. So this is all about our core. This is all about our system, why Spark, why cloud, how Hadoop stores, what is the use of Spark, what is the use of cloud, how we can create a data pipelines. And we have a very deep manner course curriculum. Now the term is we are already running 6 minutes late. So Q&A section, you guys can ask me whatever the questions in your mind regarding codes, regarding your anything. One by one, you can go ahead and you can ask me anything. I will give you the plenty of time. Whatever the question in your mind,
As is,
basic to basic and advanced to advanced. Go ahead. And do not think like someone will laugh on you, someone, this is a silly question. No. Everyone is learning. No one knows everything. Even I don't know everything. Okay. So one by one, you can ask me any question.
Hi, Ashish. As
Who's
I said,
this? Who's
I'm
this?
Shravani. I'm Shravani.
Yes, Ravni, go ahead.
Yeah, as I said, I'm working, but I'm not in the data science field.
Okay, so
Do they
where you
hire?
are working?
I'm working in TCS right now. I'm on a break, maternity break.
Okay.
But I just wanted to know if I take up this course, do they hire freshers for this data engineering role?
Sir,
Fresher to data science field.
wait. Not again, no data science. Data engineer.
Yeah, fresher
I'm
to
going
this
to,
particular.
yeah, I'm going to prepare you for the data engineer. I do not bother you about the data scientist. If you want me to sell you the data scientist, huge words, I'm ready to sell you. But
No. I'm just
I'm
asking, do they hire for this data engineer as a fresher to this
like
particular domain?
how many year of experience you earlier?
I have I have 6 years of irrelevant experience.
Okay,
I would say.
total
Yeah.
IT experience. Yeah, good one.
Yeah.
Good. Yeah, so like see, wherever you have worked in testing or whenever you have worked on the web development or Java backend development, if you know this all thing now, if you know the all thing, there might be a chance there will be a project in your TCS also. They will deploy you there. If you can say to your manager, sir, I know the Hadoop, sir, I know the Spark, sir, I know the cloud, sir, I know this, that. Definitely they will give you the first project. Okay. In your case, Sarvani, you
Mm.
at least have to do one project. Okay. So that you
Okay.
can at least tell to your interviewer in this curriculum, we have
Mm.
one mini project, which is an
Mm.
end-to-end creating a data pipeline. So if you like have some little glance over the, because see, if you will tell to interviewer, sir, I learned everything, he is not going to take you,
Mm.
because he wants to check you over your analytical skill. He wants to
Mm.
check you over your hands-on experience skill. You are getting my
Mm.
point or not?
Yes, got
So definitely this course will going to help you in the theoretical manner, in the hands-on manner, and in like a project wise help also. And we can also help in the resume building. Like
it.
in my last batch, I have one folk who is working in a different technology, but he also switched like you only. So
Mm.
I personally helped him on the one-to-one window to create his resume, to give him some project, to like train them how to give the interviews in this manner. Because see, he don't belongs to the data engineering field. So we
Mm.
only I only trained him to give it to that thing to the your interviewer, whichever he is wanting. So yeah,
So,
definitely it will going to help you, Shravani.
okay. So my total experience will not be counted.
No, no,
Yeah.
no.
I'll be
Then
considered as a fresher.
yeah, you will be considered as a fresher, but if you walked in and if you want to like go in another gate, if you
Mm.
know them that you like little bit worked in the last 2 to 3 years, I hope you're getting my point. If you are in a corporate,
Mm.
if
Yeah.
you do these things, like definitely you will get a good hike, and I'm here to help you
Okay.
every manner.
Okay.
Yes, sir. Next one.
Hi, Ashish. Am I audible to you?
Yes, Swarmajit, go ahead, bro.
Ashish, actually, I'm an existing student of Ivy only. I'm doing a data science and visualization from Ivy
You
because it
are
was a
existing.
requirement from
Yeah. Okay.
it was a requirement from job, my existing job end only that I should know some advanced Excel and some visualization tools and all these things.
Okay.
Is it as I seen your all presentation and whatever you are teaching us for the
Hmm.
last 1 hour?
Hmm.
So is it possible, because I didn't have any kind of IT background or something like BTech or something. I have graduations, and after that I have done my MBA, and I'm in a business development role in my company.
Hmm.
So is it
How many
anyhow
year
when
of experience, bro?
it's a 6 years plus.
6 years plus year of
Mhm.
experience. Okay, again, the same case with the Shravani. You also have to go with another door. and
Uh,
you will prepare with us from the basics. See, for telling about this course, telling about my 4 months course. If
mhm,
you are going to represent yourself as a data engineer,
mhm.
will know each and every inch of your data engineering. So from you will go for the fresher or two, you can apply for the 2+ year of experience folks. Okay, so there will be no kind of a hard thing for you. Basics to intermediate, then intermediate to advanced we can go. You can easily grab up, bro.
Oh, okay. Aziz, it's a first of all, thank you that you have inspired me to all these things. Just I have another question, like how industry is it like industry accepting all these folks, those who are trying to transform from another domain to other domain. So is it like is
Why
there
not?
acceptance as there?
Yes, definitely. IT is a dynamic in there. No one knows everything. I told you, na.
Okay.
If you are learning something, if you are grabbing some more thing, if you want to pursue you in your career, why we have a people leads, why we have a buddies in our company, because we have to tell them our concerns. If you tell your manager, sir, I want to switch into the big data industry, please give me the project or any support project or anything, I have this knowledge, definitely they will going to help you, bro. And
Okay.
definitely your engineers will going to, you can apply for the relevant position where you are going to fit.
Yes.
Okay, if you are going to apply for the 7+ years of a data engineer position, definitely you will be going to reject it, huh?
Yeah.
Definitely anyhow you have to go and get rejected.
Hmm.
That's why we have a resume building session here, Ivy Pro, because we know our students, we know our folks are coming from where. We are not, our main agenda is to not sell something, our main agenda is to train you guys, to help you guys. Okay, to help you in any manner, in resume, in career, in knowledge wise, everywhere we are going to help you.
Thank you, Aziz. Thank you.
Yes. Anyone else?
Hello, sir.
Who's this?
Sir, this is Saurabh Patnaik speaking.
Yeah, Saurabh, I heard you after so
So,
long.
actually, sir, it was the network problem. I mean, I was not in home right now. I'm not in home as well.
Hmm.
So, anyway,
Go
sir,
ahead.
I just need to know one small thing that
Hmm.
I am currently pursuing the course in Ivy in the data science and data visualization. But my question is, since I have a very different background, like my graduation and post graduation is under chemistry. All right. So
And
I just
in
want to know that
where your post graduation in?
I have done my post graduation from MIT. Okay, and
Branch, bro, branch.
chemistry,
Oh,
both.
okay.
Uh, so I just need to know that is there any mandatory, requirement for the graduation or post graduation that you have come from this background, so you will be
Uh,
restricted to certain level of.
no, no, no. Actually, you are not restricted. Could you please go on mute? Actually, you are not restricted, Saurabh. But to be genuine, very, very frank, you will face little bit kind of negligence in the market in comparison to the another folks. Very genuine. Because see, wherever a company will going to shortlisted you on the basis of a resume, if you wrote down their chemistry and all, they will certainly know that this guy is not belong to the IT background, so we are not going to have it. But yes, like from the, you at least have to now see the main according to me, the main solution for you, first catch a mid-sized company, do your work there for 2 to 3 months, have some experience, then you can switch it. So to get a mid-sized company, learn this all technology, go into the particular domain anywhere. Not, I'm not telling you to go in here only data engineer, no, go anywhere, work upon yourself and then switch to another company. Okay.
Okay, so I just need to have some work experience before
Yes, yes, yes,
applying,
yes,
and
yes.
the experience must be under this domain, or
You can go
I
ahead
should have
if you,
experience.
no, 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 if you like data engineering, if you want to pursue your career in data engineering, you can come with us, you can learn with us. Okay, if you want to go, if you have interest in the backend development, you can go somewhere else. If you have a front end development, you can go somewhere else. But if you want to pursue your career in data engineering, then we are here to help you.
Okay, okay. In either process, I have to switch for some smaller companies in the initial days
Yeah,
of the career.
yeah,
Then I can
yes,
switch.
yes, yeah. My as a your employer, go ahead for the first or any mid-size or a small company, have some experience. The very first thing, learn something, bro. Have some expertise towards your, because see, for the small company also, you have to showcase them like, I know something. So please have some expertise into the particular area. You can show them your
Okay,
certification,
okay.
you can show them your course curriculum. You can tell them, I have like did 6 months of training from the IvyProSchool, I'm a big data engineer expert, I know this thing, I did some practicals and all, blah blah blah. So they will definitely impress by you.
Okay, sir. Okay, I got that. I got it. I got it.
Next,
Thank you.
who's, yeah,
Yeah.
thank you bro. Who's next, or we are good with
Hey,
you?
hello, Ashish. What should I do? I am currently in last year pursuing my computer science engineering, but I build my career in data engineering. What should I do? What will be my first step to build a career in data engineering? And
you
where
have
to start?
you have to learn, Ismail, you have to learn with me. If, because see, at your stage, if your stage, I just give you one very basic example. If suppose that in your interview you have a 6 folks, okay, sixth one is you. Everyone knows the theoretical concepts, everyone knows the coding, lab.
Yes, sir.
Yes, again, sir, who is the sir here?
Sorry, Ashish.
So everyone knows the coding, everyone knows the theory, but in the real market industry, who is working on these stuffs? You can code, but you can code into the particular segment. You can code in the backend, you can code in the front end, you can code in for the big data, but you cannot do coding prime number, palindrome, blah. So they are not going to select
Yeah,
you.
yeah.
If you are expert in a particular area, if you take our course and if you are expert in area, in a particular area, I will mark you my mark my words, you will get a huge hike and a good placement. Even IvyProSchool, even in our IvyProSchool, some companies are visiting nowadays, like I cannot name the company name, but there are 7 to 8 companies who is like coming to our particular, because we are a very huge 12-year-old company. So most of the companies are coming to us and saying to, hey, could you please give me some trained data engineers? Hey, could you please give me some trained data engineers? So we are also going to disclose you in front of them. So you are also going to get some good chances, Smile. So you can, according to me, you can attend it and you can learn with us.
Can you share your LinkedIn profile, Ashish?
Uh, I cannot do it now, but yeah, definitely. I can share it with you. Okay. This is
Okay, thank you.
we are not allowed to share our personal details here, because here you can I'm Ivy Pro trainer. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, good.